They want to come in, you want to be organized. Figure out where everything is, get the layout, and really focus on what your plan is going to be, because that is going to make or break you. Focused, you're not organized, you will get blown away. Some of these guys are coming into this competition are really sharp, and they know how to manipulate ingredients, and they know how to prep foods, and it's all in the prep. When you get organized, you know exactly where to get the stuff, you make a list, and you put it all together, and you snap it off one by one, and you can actually get time to cook your ingredients. I've seen a lot of these shows where people spend so much time thinking about what they want to do that they actually never get to finish what they actually want to cook. And it's a shame, because if they had the time, it might be excellent. But you know, it is a half an hour in a strange kitchen, and they're going to have a hard time if they're not organized. Oh, I'm sure there's no egos in the competition at all. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. I know personally I don't have an ego. I know that, so. Oh no, well, ego is everything when you're a chef, actually. And if you think you can do it, you know, pretty much you can. And there's going to be a lot of overpowering egos, I'm sure, and that's what people use in intimidation. I mean, ever since this reality TV came along, it's all been about intimidation and psyching the other person out. And since we have 3 contestants participating at the same time, you know, I'm sure the people who maybe aren't sure of what they're doing are going to be watching the guys who are, and that's going to burn up a lot of time and you know, and maybe throw them off. So they have to stay focused and not really care about what's going on, and really believe in what they're doing, and maybe it'll work out. Like before, certain people who've never been in a production kitchen may find it so amazing and you know, and really captivating and you know, inspiring, and maybe they'll, you know, click and make something great. And some people who think they're just the best cooks in the world have never set foot in a kitchen like this, and even if they're great chefs, they may not be able to put out the food like they think they will. We had an unfair advantage when we were growing up, because we went to, you know, my grandparents had a farm, and on my mother's side, and we had access to, you know, fresh beef, fresh chicken, fresh vegetables. You know, every Sunday would be this amazing farm dinner. You know, the sauces that they would make, and just, again, when you're exposed to all these fresh ingredients, it is an unfair advantage. My father's mother, my grandmother, was an amazing cook, and would come to the house and make pastas, and you know, she would jar peppers, and you know, there was always a smell of fresh basil, you know, drying, you know, and it was really an amazing experience. A lot of the recipes that you find in this restaurant are based on really just family traditions and things that you might find at my house on Christmas Eve, for that matter. And that's just the way it is. It's simple, it's honest, and it's high quality. Well, every now and then I have a mandatory trip to Italy that I have to go on. I'm sorry, but you know, it's part of the job. And I expose myself to this amazing land and attitude, and it really does inspire me. And I never know where I'm going to find the best meal. Last time I went to Italy, I went to all these great restaurants, and I was all psyched about, and it was like, that's okay, that's okay. But we went into this wine tasting, and it was actually a free meal. You know, they just want you to buy the wine. And I had the most amazing soup that they made. It was a peasant soup, and it was called ribolletta, and it was a bread soup. And it blew me away. It absolutely blew me away. I was like, what is this magical creation that we're eating? And he goes, oh, it's just a local peasant food that you make after, when you're done with everything that that you have in your kitchen. You throw it all in a pot, and you boil it, and you boil it, and you boil it, and then you boil it again, and which is why they call it ribolletta. And you serve it actually room temperature with truffle oil, and it is God's gift to us, and it was amazing, and it inspired me. The last time I came back, and I put together this soup, and it just I couldn't keep it in the house. It was we sold it out like crazy. You can't walk into a kitchen and think you know everything. I've done this for 34 years, and I don't know everything. If you think you're the best cook in the world and you can't be shown anything new, you're not for this business anymore. It's time to hang it up and try something new, because you need to be humbled. You need to realize that there's always a better way to do something. There's always a new way to approach something, And if you don't, then you're not for this business.